focus for the past 3 years, and I've got to say, I can't believe how quickly 3 years has gone, but certainly since I've been in the role as CEO, which has been 2.5 years, the focus has been on just getting our house in order. One of our really big challenges has been, I guess, what I'd call the mindset of the membership and the organisation. For many, many years we've been structured, or at least run, as a club, and the reality is that we're a corporation and need to be managed as that. Look, I'm really pleased to be able to report that our balance sheet position is very strong now. We've been able to increase our net assets by 20%, from $5 to $6 million in the last year, and that's been a result of a lot of hard work and discipline and very focused management by the team at State Office. I can report that now we're in the strongest position ever, and we're in a position where we could buy Springvale Range pretty much out of our own finances without seeking funding support from the national body. And of course, we've committed to some substantial capital works, infrastructure works at our ranges. One of the things that has worked in our favour is that the Nationals are now in a stronger position, and the Nationals tend to be more favourable and supportive of shooters. With a reduced majority, greater dependence on, say, independents like Bob Catter, who is pro-shooting, things could be better, but if the Liberal Party needs the support of others who are anti-gun, then we could face some issues. We've actually done a lot in the last 3 years to influence government, the regulators. You won't necessarily read about it out in public. We've worked very strongly behind the scenes with other shooting organisations through our parent or peak body, I should say, the Combined Firearms Council of Victoria. We work very hard to support pro-shooter candidates, for example, in the election. And we'll work even harder when it comes to the state election. We have a formal position on a ministerial committee, the Victorian Firearms Consultative Committee, and we meet quarterly, and that committee seeks to assess, if you like, and have input into policy, into government policy. It reports through the Department of Justice to the Police Minister and to the Attorney General. So we have a direct conduit to the political base that exerts influence on decisions, and I think that's a much better approach than we may have had in the past. Marches are terrific, demonstrations are terrific, but the real power lies in the corridors of Parliament, and that's where we now are focusing our efforts. I think we've got a pretty exciting time ahead of us, certainly in the next few years. We have spent a number of years putting the house in order, addressing a number of different issues of operations and management. But in the next few years, we'll need to really get the strategic plan happening to position us for the next 5 or 10 or even 20 years. And within that plan, we need to address ourselves to the infrastructure challenges that we've got at Springvale and at Eagle Park. There's a lot to be done there, and the board has committed significant funds to doing that. On a membership base, which is a challenge for us, I think, it's going to be about retention, it's about keeping our members, but also very importantly tapping in to the many the many shooters who are not members of a shooting organisation. We have a lot of potential to grow our membership from that base.
Well, we're tackling this in various ways. One of the ways we're doing is trying to present, we are presenting a better, more professional attitude to the public, to our members, and to the people who come onto our website. All these areas have been cleaned up and made far more professional. The board itself acts more professionally these days, which is reflected in the good results we've had. Other ways we're doing this is we've designed new uniforms and with a new logo for Victoria, which is an adaptation of the national logo. We're also looking at all our policies to make sure that they're up to date and reflect more professional attitudes. Some of the policies we're using, of course, are 30 years old, and they have to be made more modern. In the past few years, we've only kept up with repairs and maintenance of both ranges. We now have the funds to invest in a capital works program. It shows itself in such ways that Eagle Park, for instance, is extending and refinishing the concreting of the main range, main line. We've built a concrete ramp into the cafe area. We're in the process of building a disabled ramp to give access to the main range for the people who need it. We've also improved the security system at Springvale. We're in the process of doing more of that work at Eagle Park. The range officers, for instance, are now all being trained to the same new range officers course. We're employing more range officers so that we have an established base of trained personnel that we can call. Cable is, well, as you know, it took several years to get the 22 rimfire certification in place, which has now been running nicely for a couple of years. However, we now have centrefire certification as well, but we're not happy just with that. We're attacking that to have it extended so that the centrefire range can be used more frequently than it is at present. Membership growth is showing a fairly strong growth now. It's approximately 5% every year, which is in line with the national figures, or slightly better than slightly better than several of the states, and we're quite pleased with those. They'll be available in the first week in September. They're all been fully audited, of course, by outside auditors, as they have been since 1973, of course, but these ones, at least for the last 3 years, including this year, come without any qualifications, and we're very proud of the fact that the organisation now is in a strong financial position. The members can access these financial reports on our SSAA Victoria website, and if they don't have access to emails or whatever, they can contact the State Office and a printed copy will be forwarded to them.